There's no fix to this, but it's worthwhile us having a chat about it either way. Have a bit of a discussion and a debate and share some ideas, as always. And what can't you fix? You can't fix personal agenda. You can't fix the way people think and feel towards something and then act towards it. Here's what I mean. Let's share some examples based on how this can affect your everyday life, but then actually how it can then impact your life on ways that are just so anger-inducing and frustrating that it goes beyond where you want it to go emotionally. Because, of course, your emotions can control you if you let them. Everyone's got a personal agenda. If you were being judged, and I mean in a literal sense, I mean in regards to, say, law, I mean an actual judge sitting there judging whether you are guilty or not, and then not only whether you're guilty, but then how much time and punishment you may actually spend on that guilt. And in regards to a personal agenda, you would hope, and there's that word again, isn't it? Hope. So much of our prosperity going into our future is dependent on hope, and yet it is so often dashed, isn't it? And it is often dashed with things like this in regards to personal agendas and people like judges, people in everyday life having that personal agenda that seems to set the future. You are being judged, and let's say that judge has, based on personal experience, lived experience, based on the information that's being fed to them. I'm using judges as an example here, but we can spread this far and wide, ladies and gents, far and wide. We've all got this personal agenda, but let's stick on this judge idea. Based on personal lived experience, based on the information that they are receiving, including propaganda, including many different sources coming into their minds, shaping their perception, and then through that, based on their own standards and morals, they may then say something like, hey, okay, I feel strongly about this because of these reasons. So strongly, I may even go and volunteer. I may even want to go and make a difference. Yeah. And then in their job, in their profession, in even places like law where you would hope that there is a little bit more balance. Yeah, a little bit more fairness. And generally, let's hope there is. But let's say you're being judged by that person who's got all that collective information that has then shaped a perception. And let's say, of course, because we're all human. Okay, this is the other element to this. Human, emotion, error. Yeah, this is where the AI is going to come in. Yeah, it's so impartial. The AI is going to save us all. It'll be so impartial. Wait till people find out. Wait till people find out where AI gets a lot of its info. Wikipedia. So impartial, you guys. Yeah, this is where we need AI to be impartial, so there's not that human error and emotion. Even though it's being fed with internet information that is nothing but the opposite of impartial. Prejudice. Without prejudice! Right, so you got that judge, and through their lived experience, through their perception, they're then judging you, and because of human error and emotion and all the rest of it, lots of things are going on at this stage as well, you know, in regards to the idea of you. Do they even like you? Why would they like you? Why wouldn't they like you? Based on their own perceptions, based on the information that they're being fed. And then you've got that model, that judge, then making a judgment. And then making a judgment and then setting said punishment, if, of course, it don't go your way. So, of course, this is where we need the impartial AI to come in and save us all, right? Because I use the example there of a judge because it happens. It can happen, right? This is what this experience of being a human is about. It's as much error as it is anything else, is it not? And this is why people are a bit fed up with things like VAR in football, right? Because it just takes away any form of enjoyment because it has to be so sterile and clinical. And actually, error every now and again isn't necessarily a bad thing. It can be quite fun with it, as long as it's your team that's winning because of it. But in everyday life, the thing that can't be fixed as well is the idea that everybody has this agenda, this personal agenda that I'm talking about. And although it can't be fixed, the reason it's worthwhile bringing it up, even though it's just so incredibly frustrating, is because it's worthwhile you being aware of it. It's worthwhile you being aware that everybody has this personal agenda, the thing that they want to achieve. That's ultimately what we're talking about here. It's what somebody wants to achieve and the reasoning behind that. And whatever you do in regards to going out and seeking advice, because this is where it comes into everyday play, whatever you do in regards to seeking advice, right? Get the advice, but always remember that people have a personal agenda, because it can get quite nefarious when people have secret envy and jealousy and bits like that. Because you go for advice and human emotion and error, and it's because they're arseholes, right? They'll tell you something and they'll give the advice for you to go and do something because it benefits them. Yeah, because it benefits them. That's the personal agenda that we're talking about here. And that's why wherever you're getting information from and advice from, there should at least be a speck of skepticism based on the idea that people have a personal agenda. Yeah, it's true. They do. We talked a lot about the judge sort of scenario because it's disappointing. But from an everyday point of view, in regards to some of the stuff you can be a little bit more in control of, just remember that people have got a personal agenda and always will have one. They will set advice and decisions mostly based on their personal agenda and what suits them. Not all the time. Well, you know, don't be too skeptical and paranoid and all the rest of it, but people have a personal agenda. And if you hit them at the wrong time as well, especially when it comes to things like needing a favour or advice, and you hit them at the wrong time with that personal agenda, well, expect to be very shafted. But yeah, remember it. Everybody's got a personal agenda. Everyone. And that's how it is. Is it fair? Can it be fixed? No and no. Ta-ta.